A situation involving recruitment practices from 2022 at Missouri Western State University is being looked at by two Missouri State representatives. KQ2's Darren Doyle has more on those reps' call for clarity on a situation that the university sees as closed.
From the board standpoint, this story had been put to bed a year and a half ago.
But for two Missouri State representatives, Chem Smith from the St. Louis area and Tiffany Price from the Kansas City area, the matter of a November 2022 email is far from over.
The challenge that I have, of course, is that these schools are in my district and they impact my community.
And I believe this was, I would say maybe back in March. That's when we decided that we needed answers and we wanted to get to the bottom of.
KQ2 obtained a copy of an internal email that went out in the fall of 2022 from then recruitment manager Peggy Payne, ceasing visits at 23 high schools across the state, predominantly in the Kansas City and St. Louis areas. But according to Teeman, the chairman of the Missouri Western Board of Governors, the directive sent was a poor response to solve issues allegedly happening in dorms at the college.
And because of some discipline incidents on campus, use this as a misguided attempt to try and address those issues.
According to Teeman, although the directives seem absolute, the course of action directed to take was not to do school visits or career fairs.
Absolutely no mention, or was there anything ever involved with actually admitting any students from those schools.
Since the email was sent in 2022, the course of action was reversed in 2023. However, in an interview with Teeman, these schools were never truly cut off. But this doesn't sit well with one former longtime Missouri Western English professor, Bill Church. Church believes a directive like this would have to come from the very top, from University President Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy.
They told the investigators they disagreed with sending it. They did it only because of an act sent down by the president of the university.
However, Teeman says an internal investigation was started with an outside agency to determine whether Kennedy was the one who made the directive.
And there was no evidence to support anything other than that she first found out about the email during the investigation.
Since then, according to the chair of the Board of Governors, Teeman, the investigation and entire matter is considered closed, and the university states that the person responsible in making this directive is no longer with the college.
17 of the 20 schools that were actually high schools had students that applied for the fall of 2023 and were admitted to go to school here.
But for the state representatives, this isn't good enough.
I would like to open the dialogue and begin the conversation because as far as I'm concerned, that's a Missouri university and these are Missouri students. And if there's a problem, we need to work together to fix it.
Reporting for KQ2 News, I'm Darren Doyle.
Well, Missouri State Representatives Smith and Price hope that the situation will see clarity in the near future and relationships will be mended with the university and anyone in those areas who it might have affected. KQ2 will continue to update you as this story progresses.